Welcome back. All right, so we're right between the first and second period between the Kings and the Canadians. So now we need to talk about the Islanders and Nashville game that started off today's action. It was Sorokin versus Saros. The Islanders, of course, on this long road trip, and I have to say, I'm impressed by their play considering how long this road trip has been. Now they had 5 days off, but Nashville is coming off of a few days off as well. Nashville is picking up their game. So under Barry Trotz, the Islanders 0-4 against the Preds. It's one of those weird things that it's just, Trotz doesn't win against the Predators at this point for the Islanders. So early press by the Islanders, close call for Barzal. Saros was sharp as the Islanders continued to press. That would be the storyline throughout this game. Chara goes to the box, and then he F-bombed the ref on the call. And I thought, you could give him an extra two. I saw last night Madison Bowie got an extra two. I think that's all he did to get an extra two, which, of course, everybody really liked. I just sat there and held up, and I just looked confused, like, four for that? Really? So anyways, and yeah, could have had the extra two there. Sorokin robs Forsberg. He's in the right position for the next big save. It was one of those reactionary saves, more than him, going out of his way to make said save. And is killed off, but the momentum had swung at this point. The Predators then out of 3-on-2. That misfired. Things get scrummy at the halfway mark. We get 4-on-4 for 2 minutes out of this. Whoever said absence makes the heart grow fonder needs to talk to hockey players that haven't seen each other in a year and a half. These guys really don't like one another. And it's pretty obvious when you watch these games between, again, teams that haven't played each other in forever. So, Forsberg can't bury one. The shots are 8-5 for Nashville with 6 minutes left. The Islanders then out of 2-on-1. Saros denies Nelson. With 5:36 left, the Islanders get the first power play of the game. And it's Beauvillier scoring on the power play on a nice three-way pass between himself, Bailey, and Barzal. So Bailey and Barzal with the assists. That's at 14:46. It's one of those triple B goals that I like for the Islanders. So there was no chance for Saros on that one at all. Cizikas then misses one wide. With 1:58 left, the Islanders get a power play after some good pressure that they had in the Nashville zone. Things get scrappy with 32.8 seconds left, and then with 6.7 seconds left, the Islanders take a penalty. So it's a little bit of a parade in the end of this period here. And Lee and Ekholm were unfriendly a couple of times in that period. So we go to the second period. On the power play, Forsberg determined to get a goal. He would not today, but I don't think he's overly upset about that. The Islanders kill it off. At least he doesn't get one that counts as a goal on the stats that you'll look at under his playing card on the NHL site, right? Tolvanen then had a blast that was saved. The Predators had some momentum, but we're up to 143 minutes and 57 seconds for Ilya Sorokin without allowing a goal, which is a career high for him. The Islanders pressed at 5 minutes. Pelech had a chance that was saved. And the second period, a lot of the scrums and fighting, a lot of that settled down. So, yeah, that was settled down quite a bit there. Then Jeannot scores to tie it up from Fabro and Sissons at 6:54. That, of course, ends the shutout streak for Sorokin. That wakes up the crowd as well, and the game's energy picked up again. Pressure by the Predators at 9 minutes. Beauvillier with a break. Yossi defends that. The Islanders press. They get themselves a power play. Wallstrom scores on the power play. So the Islanders' power play very good today. Nelson and Pulock with the assists at 12:04. And again, great passing, great goal. No chance for Saros. Predators tried to answer. Johansson fires one high. And then with 4:29 left, the Predators go to the power play. Really solid penalty kill by the Islanders. Kills it off. And then right after the power play is done, Palmieri had a chance. That was saved as well. Barzal had a net drive that failed. The Islanders pressed with 1 minute left. And again, with Barzal, you've got to watch his speed. His speed is everything in his game. Third period, early pressure by the Preds. The Islanders were challenging on every puck in that third period. They were really, with that 1-goal lead, trying to tighten up and make sure that there were no easy pucks for the Nashville Predators. Dobson had a chance that was saved. Predators turned the puck over, but they recovered it. They turned it over a couple of times on the same stretch of play there. They were lucky that they recovered and got it out. Stretch pass then to Matt Martin missed. And then as he came back, he seemed to be laboring or time killing, because when he missed that pass, it was an icing. So he's kind of slow to come back, but off of that face-off, he did leave the ice, and he was slow leaving the ice. So one of two things. Either he was not feeling great on the play, or he was committed to the bit. Either way, good for him. Hope he's okay, though. Yeah, so Granlund and Forsberg then had a 2-on-0 on a bad turnover, and Chara was up the ice on this one. Sorokin makes the save. The Predators then get a power play. It's Chara in the box again. And Zdeno Chara in this game, I don't know, it feels like this would have to be his final season. Because, again, you start to see players taking penalties they wouldn't have taken earlier in their career. And I think we're seeing that with Chara, and it could be just that trying to keep up, that being a little bit out of position kind of thing. And his temper today, too, right? So the Islander, and I know people are going to say, didn't he always have a temper? Well, yeah, but I don't know. The control doesn't seem to be what it was. So the Islanders' penalty kill kills it off. Shots seem to be down in this period quite low. I think they were 3-2 in favor of Nashville, or maybe it was for the Islanders. All I know is, now shots were down, and then Jeannot gets a goal from Benning and Sissons at 11:48. This was initially given to Matt Benning. It was changed to Jeannot, so it did tip off of him. And it was a result of a really good shift for the Predators. On this play, Chara was without a stick. He was looking for a stick, and it went in off Pulock. So, again, it's a rough turn, right, for the Islanders. And, yeah, I put right here, Jeannot was right there, because it looked like it might have gone in off Jeannot. And as they said, the goal, last I checked, has been changed to Jeannot's goal. That's 2 goals for him. Jeannot's come out of nowhere. He's become that goal scorer for Nashville. This may very well be why Victor Arvidsson is now an LA King, because Jeannot has become what Arvidsson was. Those goals in front of the net, going to the dirty areas, and just he has a nose for the net. So yeah, that happens. Then with 6:30 left, the Islanders get a power play. Palmieri was denied during that. Saros doesn't like net crashers and guys poking at the puck at the net. So he was kind of ticked off, and then you get a whole scrumminess that goes on out of that. So, yeah, both defenses, though, keeping it to the outside when we get down to the last 2 minutes. They both did a good job of shot blocking and making sure there wasn't really any prime opportunities there. So we go to overtime. The overtime was exciting. The Islanders had a 2-on-1. Nelson had a shot that was saved. The Islanders controlled it. Duchesne was fighting Pelech for it, and eventually he'd get the puck. Granlund had a shot off of that opportunity that was then saved and held. Forsberg misses one. Johansson had a chance that was defended. Duchesne also had an opportunity, as this was, again, a pretty good 5 minutes. Pulock blocks a certain goal as the Predators were pressuring late. So we go to the shootout. In the shootout, where you can't get those blocks from Pulock, Forsberg and Josi are the ones that get the goals. And so your final score is 3-2 in a shootout in favor of Nashville. They go to 4-4. For the Islanders, they dropped to 3-2-2. But again, they're playing well on this really long road trip, but they're now over halfway through it. It's a 13-game road trip, and then they go home and they play a lot of home games. So the shots in this one were 11 apiece in the first, 15-5 Islanders in the second, 9-4 Islanders in the third. In the overtime, Nashville trying to steal it, 3-1 in the shots in their favor. Final shots, 36-23 for the Islanders. Power plays, 2-for-4 for New York. 0-for-4 for Nashville. So nothing happening 5-on-5 for the Islanders today because Saros was fantastic. The hits were 18-15 for the Islanders, so they lead in the shots and the hits. Sorokin saves 21 out of 23. He was good, just overshadowed by Saros, who saves 34 out of 36 at the other end of the ice. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts regarding this game in the comments section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.